Hi. Okay, thank you so much for opening up this email and clicking on the video. I wish I could just beam myself to each of your homes and see what you're creating with your Archwell stencils. Every day it hits me like a wave, another wave of inspiration or understanding as to the significance of this work. I've been putting together a workshop that's coming up in New York, and it is inspired by an amazing book by Clara Pinkola Estes called Women Who Run with Wolves. And I just read this section about intuition, and it reminded me of our very favorite triple spiral symbol, which is a sacred symbol for intuition. In her book, Pinkola Estes writes, "Intuition is the treasure of a woman's psyche. It is like a divining instrument and like a crystal through which one can see with uncanny interior vision. It is like a wise old woman who is with you always, who tells you exactly what the matter is, tells you exactly whether you need to go left or right. And I would say that it is also the part of us that is connected to the infinite, to our higher selves, to that big me. And it enables us to rise above the day-to-day situations and get us into a point where we can choose how we want to handle a situation rather than reacting." And I don't know about you guys, but I deal with this a lot because I have a lot going on. I've had a lot of personal life changes the last year, and it is a very deliberate, intentional energy that I choose to bring into my day when I choose to honor my intuition, that part of me that just knows, that can't figure out exactly the bullet points or the logical reasoning, maybe why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I know. That's my intuition. I also know that since I've been working with this triple spiral symbol, that my intuition, my intuitive voice when I'm coaching and speaking with others or talking with my children is stronger. I trust it more. So what I want you to do is look around your house and look to see where else you have this spiral symbol or any version of a spiral. Okay, so here's what's amazing. A lot of you tell me that you have spirals everywhere. Maybe some of you have read my book, The Artist Within, and done the symbol survey, and you say that you have spirals all over your house. We think, oh, we're just spiral people, or we like the spirals. What if all of those spirals and our attraction to the spiral is Spirit's way, or your higher self's way, or God's way of urging you to trust and act on your intuition, urging you to be a voice right now in this world that is saying to others, I understand the logical perspective. I also trust my intuition just as much as my logic. And in this situation, I am choosing to follow my intuition, and I believe that is the best route for me or for our company or for our family. You see what I mean? So we can look at these symbols and say, oh, those are so cool, that would be neat on wrapping paper or on our bed sheets as a border or in my painting. But what if it goes so much deeper than that? I believe it does. That is why I'm so excited about Archwell stencils, because it's not just about creating to create product. It's about creating energy. It's about assuming our rightful place as creators of the art that is our lives and recognizing that everything's made up of energy and that we can create the energy in our space by putting the triple spiral around, even if it's stenciling it on a piece of paper like this. This is watercolor paper that comes in this size. You may choose to stencil several of these with one of your Archwell stencils and hang them around your space in order to create more of that energy. You may choose to create stencils with the Adinkra symbol, the strength of heart, and so that it encourages you to follow your heart, because there's that thing that you know you need to do. I'm doing Danielle LaPorte's program called the Desire Map. And she is speaking so much to law of attraction and to so much of what I'm talking about as well. What she's encouraging us is to tap into our desires, to identify the feelings we want to have. Okay, do you see what I mean? So if the feeling you want to have is one that is confident in your intuition, if you want to feel like you are tapped into that infinite source of wisdom, I believe that the more triple spirals you have in your space, the quicker that is going to happen. See what I mean? Even as I say this, I'm like, okay, people are going to think I'm crazy. But I also read today from Carl Jung that the psyche has history. So what that means is that these sacred symbols, and the reason that we've created stencils out of these particular symbols, is because they have been around for tens of thousands of years. And the psyche that Carl Jung refers to is like this big cloud of memory and wisdom. Everything that any human being has ever seen or experienced or digested is in the psyche, and we have access to that. He said the psyche never forgets. So the fact that the triple spiral, or the Adinkra symbol for strength of heart, or the Adinkra symbol for Mother Earth, or the Sun Yantra, any of the Archewell sacred symbol stencils, they have so much energy, so much energetic power. And when you bring them into your space, you change the energy of your space. It would just be like bringing in a whole new living room suite. How would that change your space? Dramatically. Right? But we're talking about something even more profound and more exciting. It's about changing the energy in your space. You can do that with these sacred symbols. And the stencils are just our way of making it even easier so that you will do it. So that our world will move more into a space where it is celebrating intuition. Where women's intuition isn't just kind of tossed to the side or swept under the rug and now we'll get down to real business. No, real business on every level of our world right now needs our intuition, men's intuition and women's intuition. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. I also had one of our Archewell family members ask me about how to stencil so that the paint doesn't glob out all over the bottom of the stencil. So I'm going to show you that next. Okay, so get excited, right? Use your Archewell stencils, order more, forward the link to a friend, send this email to a friend. Seriously, it's about saving the world. It's not just about making stuff, it's about creating the change we want to see in our world. Okay, let me show you the trick to getting nice, clean, crisp stencil marks. Okay, so I've got to get some wrapping paper started anyway. So I'm just using like a normal kitchen sponge for my application. And one of the keys to this is, one, the sponge has to be soft, right? So you've got to get it wet, but then you've got to wring it out as much as possible so there's like next to no water in here. Same thing with a paintbrush as far as making sure it's dry. And so you want to have the paint be on there but not too thick, okay? And then when you apply the stamp, apply the paint with the sponge or the brush, you want to do what's called pouncing. So you're pouncing up and down. And then I'm dipping in the blue, and I just keep dabbing until it's not very, there's not a lot of paint. Okay, so you see how even the stencil's moving around, and that is still all fine as long as I'm going up and down. Okay, so there's our nice, clean triple spiral. So go create some triple spirals or whatever sacred symbol Archewell stencil you have, or go ahead and order a set and then gift the extra one to a friend. Thank you all so much for creating change, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Okay, so I also read today from Danielle LaPorte about the value and power of taking 1 hour a day for just quiet, no thinking. Bath, hammock, meditation, nap. She encouraged us to take naps. So I thought I'd share that tidbit with you too. So when you're done creating sacred energy in your home or work, take a nap. Okay, bye.